Hey there, homesteaders. Just wanted to come at you uh, and do an introduction here. I feel like I'm coming at this YouTube channel a little bass-ackwards in regards to things. And the reason for that is that I started a Facebook group a while ago when my wife and I bought the property, and actually leading up to the purchase of the property. And so I've been doing a lot of posting and things over there. And as we've moved on to the property, the videos have been getting longer. People have been just suggesting, transitioning over to a YouTube channel. And so looked into it and figured it might be a little bit more advantageous to do it that way. So anyway, uh, so this is F&T's Homesteading Misadventures. And my name is Forrest. My wife's name is Tara. And we are currently in the midst of purchasing a chunk of property, building on it, developing it, and turning it into what we want. We were kind of in that position a while back where we were asking ourselves, wouldn't it be neat if we would go out and buy this chunk of property and develop it the way we want it and build it the way we want it? And so we came to the conclusion that the only thing holding us back from that was actually us. And so we started looking into it to see what it would take, where we would like to move, and all that kind of stuff. And long story short, we bought a chunk of property. We moved from our kind of quasi-suburban area and bought a 45-acre chunk, which had its own unique set of challenges, and have been starting to develop it. My background, I've got a very eclectic, enigmatic background. I mean, ranging from military to massage therapy, medical field, daycare, all you name it. Sometimes I feel like it's easier to name the things I haven't done. I've done landscape design, I've done construction, I've done a variety of different things. I feel fortunate to have had so many experiences and made friends and the resources that I can pull from. Tara is more along the lines of planning and implementation, so I defer to her when it comes to most things numbers related because she's a budget analyst, and that is one of the things that has worked well for us because she has been able to negotiate a working from home, and so maintaining her job and working from home. I currently work in an emergency room, and so I work several days a week. I work long hours, and then I have a bunch of days off, which works real well into our plan. And so that is kind of where we are at. Sorry about that. Had to rear the dog back in. Anyways, so the property itself was a challenge primarily because of the size of the acreage. We eliminated probably 80 to 85% of the lenders out there based on the property size. Apparently most of them don't want to lend residentially on anything over 20 or 25 acres, and given the 45 acres, it was a challenge. I mean, they all wanted to send me information, and I'd be like, nope, you got to answer some questions first. And the first one was, do you lend residentially on 45 acres? And a lot of them were like, no. I'm like, well, peace out. And so there were other lenders who were willing to work with that, but not willing to work with other things. Ultimately, we found one that was willing to work with everything, but because it involved everything, they were like, yeah, we could work with that if it was just that. Or we could work with that if it was just that. And so the fact that we had a whole bunch of different things really slowed things down. And ultimately, long story short, we found a lender, and we ended up getting the property. The unfortunate part of that is that we ended up spending, we had to spend more of our equity, more of our savings, and the stuff we got from selling our other house in order to make it happen. And so now we're rolling into this project with less equity than we wanted to start with. And so we're getting creative in regards to certain things. We were going to be creative anyways. With my construction background and a bunch of my friends and resources that they have, electricians, cement workers, framers, things like that. I've got the resources to pull, and I am going to be doing most, if not all, the work, at least participating with whatever crew is on site. So yeah, so that is kind of the plan. I'm gonna get up and walk around. It's getting cold. That's the plan in regards to building the house, but that's going to be over a period of time. Right now we are living in our travel trailer. That was brought over a while back. The video is on there for you to see it. So we're living in our travel trailer. I'm currently in the process of building a pole barn. There's other things that led up all to this, and I'm going to be posting some videos to kind of bring people up to speed in regards to some of that stuff, which is why I feel like it's kind of going backwards, because it's not really going to be sequential for the first several videos until I get certain things caught up, and then it'll be more in a chronological order. But so right now we've got multiple projects going on, prepping for winter. It is getting cold out here. It's been raining a whole bunch the past couple weeks, and then the last 2 or 3 nights the temperatures have been dropping down in the low 30s, and this morning when I got up I think it was 22. And so anyways, it's getting to be wintertime, and we need to get this pole barn up, but that's not the point of this. This is the introductions. So as a heads up, this is kind of my thing. Tara kind of just shakes her head and smiles and helps me when she can and things like that. A disclaimer, I am not a professional editor. I have been doing most of the stuff using my phone camera. We keep talking about replacing our good camera because it died a couple years ago, and then I still have my tripod from that one, in which case then the quality will go up a little bit and it'll be less jerky and less of the weird zooming, shaking, and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, so I am not a professional editor. I just enjoy doing certain things, and I got a bunch of friends who wanted to follow along, and then as things were getting more involved, they were like, you need to make a channel, and here we are. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Feel free to share this stuff and send it off. I'm going to try to link things when I can, or when I think about it, and also when I learn how to do it, because honestly, I don't know. It's not like I'm trying to hide where we are at. So there are things in some of my posts, either in the videos that will be posted, or if you were to go to my Facebook page, which is a public Facebook page under the same name, and so there are things on there. You can figure out where I'm at. That being said, please don't show up. I'm a fairly private person. I'm also fairly paranoid, and I don't like people just showing up and surprising me on my doorstep. Unless you're one of my good friends, in which case, sneak up, but you know better than to sneak up. So, all that being said, I hope you enjoy the channel. I hope you enjoy some of the things that I share, the challenges that we go through. This is all based on our resources. We are not... everybody has their own concept of homesteading. We are not the purists who are like completely off-grid and intend to stay that way forever. We are not the hipsters, let's get everything set up and immediately throw tons of resources at it, because we don't have tons of resources. And then we're just kind of in between. We wanted a big chunk of property. We wanted to be able to develop it, have a good-sized garden, and maybe have some animals down the road, things like that. And then also maintain the forest land, because this is 45 acres and most of it is in timber status, and we intend to leave it that way. So I've been bringing trees down, actually milling them to use in my pole barn. You know, like I said earlier, we're getting creative, and then so there are certain things that you may look at and go, wow, they're really going hardcore, and then there's other things that are like, well, that's not how you're supposed to do it. And so anyways, this is our journey. Hopefully you enjoy it. It may parallel yours. There may be certain things that can contradict your experiences. If you have any comments and or suggestions, please feel free to message me or leave them in the comments below the videos or whatever, and would love to compare notes. My one thing is that I've got friends from all over, all sides of the political spectrums, all sides of religious backgrounds, social backgrounds, all that kind of stuff. So my one request is show some tolerance when interacting with people. Don't be a jerk. And yeah, so with that being said, I hope you enjoy the videos to come. And Homesteader out.